Today, we're up in the beautiful Uinta Mountains in northern Utah, and I'm going to be making 3 of the best sandwiches you can make at camp, or at home, or from the back of your car, or wherever you want. Let's begin. So first sandwich we're going to do is a Cuban. We're going to need some bread. It is not a Cuban roll, I'm sorry. All I had was access to French bread. Going to need some Swiss cheese. You're going to need some mustard. We're going to obviously need some ham and some pulled pork. This is pulled pork I made at home. I actually cooked a 14-pound shoulder roast. So that's why we're doing Cuban sandwiches. And then optionally, I'm gonna add this to mine. You're gonna need some honey because I'm gonna do a honey mustard Cuban sandwich. So overall, pretty simple sandwich and really tasty. So first things first, we're gonna start by kicking on our stove. Get it heating up and using a cast iron pan. Oh, it needs pickles. You're kidding me. We got all the way up here and I forgot pickles. All right, well, sorry everyone, I completely forgot the pickles. However, we do have some veg for other sandwiches. So I'm actually going to make some quick pickled carrots. Totally untraditional, but it'll work. So let's do that. We're gonna need a saucepan real quick. I'm gonna get all these other ingredients out of the way. Dang it, I can't believe I forgot pickles. That's all right, we're going to adapt. So we don't need a lot of carrot, just about this much. And I'm going to cut this, what do they call this? They call this julienne, where you cut it into really fine pieces. I can't remember. I don't know much French. I want them small enough to where they're not going to be difficult to eat. And there's the wind. Every time you cook outdoors, it's always windy no matter what. Still fun though. It's part of the fun of it is the challenge. The discomfort, as they say. Basically just going to cut up a bunch of carrot sticks like that. For our quick pickle, we're using rice wine vinegar. Get this side of the stove going. The burner does not work, or the igniter, so I gotta start it with a match. And when it's windy, it goes out half the time. Okay, we're gonna get our little pot on there, and I'm just gonna fill it up with maybe a 1/4 inch of rice wine vinegar and just get that up to a rolling boil. Shouldn't take very long. And when you're pickling, you want a little bit of sweetness, ideally just some sugar. I don't have that, but I do have honey. So we're making this up on the fly. We're just gonna squeeze, I don't know, a teaspoon of honey in there and whisk it in. All right, that's all nice and incorporated. All right, while that pickling's going, we're gonna cook our ham. Just gonna throw it straight into the cast iron and get it searing. Our pickling liquid is boiling. We're gonna throw in all of our carrots. Oh my gosh. Try not to inhale the pickling liquid. That's brutal, hot vinegar. Now that it's boiling, I'm just gonna put a lid on it and set it off to the side. Just let those steep for a while. Flip all our ham over. It's getting that nice crisp little caramelization. All right, while the ham's going, we're just gonna make a quick honey mustard. It's really simple. You just use yellow mustard and honey. Maybe a little black pepper if you want. Kind of 50-50 mustard, honey. This honey, I made the mistake of putting it in the cooler, so it's a little warm. It's warm from the cooler. It's a little cold, so I'm actually gonna take some of this hot pickling liquid to loosen up the honey a little bit. And it'll add a little bit of acidity. Not that there's not acidity from the mustard itself, but it'll just help it incorporate. You just whisk it all together. Yeah, that's loosening up the honey nicely. Who doesn't love a good Cuban sandwich? It's so good. All right, got our glossy honey mustard. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of black pepper. Add a little bit of bite to it. And there we go. All right, our ham is done. Just gonna pull it off. Set it to the side and let it rest. There you go. Smells really good. Straight into the pan, we got our pulled pork. Took me about 12 hours to make this, so I'm excited to use it. Don't worry about adding any oil into the pan. There's so much fat in this pork. It'll be just fine. Just gonna let that go for a while. Man, that honey mustard looks great. Just gonna clean off the whisk a little bit. There's our honey mustard, nice and glossy. Give it a little try. Oh yeah. Ooh, a little bit of rice vinegar in there. Pretty tasty, actually. Adds like a little zing. I know I say this every video. Clean as you go when you cook, especially outdoors. You don't have a lot of counter space unless you build a full custom kitchen. But even then, limited counter space, cleaning as you go will help you. Help you not get all overwhelmed. Almost like you're making some carnitas. I love carnitas. And I got 14 pounds of pulled pork to cook with, so might have to do carnitas in a video as well. Comment down below what you want to see me make with pulled pork, because I have so much of it. Yeah, those carrots are going nicely. Just letting them sit there and steep. It's a quick pickle. Obviously, after it's boiling, you want to put it in a jar and let it cool for 24 hours. But we don't have that luxury because I forgot the pickles. All right, let's get our bread prepped. So this is just a loaf of French bread from Sam's Club, I believe. Just gonna cut it in half. And it's borderline a little stale from sitting out, so I'm just gonna set it on top of the pulled pork to help steam and soften up. Hello? What are you doing? Hello? Can you smell the honey mustard? Oh, you can smell the ham. Ah, the ham bandit. Hi. Are you hoping for treats? Good dogs. Flip this pork again. Oh yeah, it's getting nice and crispy. Oh, I have a captive audience. Man, everything got super pressurized on the drive up here. Yeah, I mean, we're at like 8,500 feet elevation, so. Excuse me, sorry. All right, our pork is done. Nice and crispy. We're gonna pull it off. This is going to be a large sandwich. It's all right, it'll be good for the thumbnail. There, this will be easier. Pork's nice and crispy. I'm gonna set that to the side and throw a little bit of olive oil in our pan. And then, it's not really necessary, but I love to toast my buns. So, just gonna throw it right into that hot pan with the olive oil. Get a nice crisp on there. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, that is glorious. All right, I think we're ready for assembly. I'm gonna turn the pan on low because it's Cuban, so you need to toast it. So on bottom, I'm gonna add a little bit of this honey mustard. Close it up, get a little bit on top and bottom. We're gonna go on with our deliciously juicy seared ham. We got 5 pieces on there, which is a little bit ridiculous, I understand. But this is YouTube after all, and we really gotta sell it. We're gonna go on with 3 slices of Tillamook Swiss cheese, the good stuff. Then we're going to go on with our burning hot pulled pork. Ow. And we'll grab some of our pickled carrots, our quick pickled carrots. That's what they look like. Now, obviously, this would be pickles or pickled cucumbers if you're outside of the US. Honestly, the carrots look pretty nice. Turn our heat down even more. That pan is ripping hot. And then we're gonna go on with a helping dollop of that honey mustard onto that pulled pork. Pulled pork tends to be a little dry, so the more you can do to help it, the better. And then we crown our king. And there you go. Now, it wouldn't be a Cuban sandwich without searing it in a pan. So I'm gonna lay it in that cast iron and just smash that sandwich down flat. Clean off my fingers. Always gotta keep the wet wipes handy. They make cooking outdoors really helpful. Now, a burger press would work really well. I have these little baking sheets, so I'm just gonna use that to apply a bunch of pressure to the sandwich. Just smash the crap out of it. We're gonna flip it over. Oh my gosh, look at that crisp. Smash it again. All right, sandwich is done. Cue the B-roll. And there we have it, the Cuban sando. Looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Let's give it a try and rate it 1 through 10. Oh boy. Cheers. Cheers. Oh man.
That was delicious. Ooh.
Really good. The pickled carrots are bomb.
Mm-hmm.
For a quick pickle. Oh, hiccups. They got like a little crunch to them, which is really nice. And then the honey mustard pulled pork. A lot of ham. Very pork heavy sandwich, but really, really freaking good. I am going to give this a 9.1 out of 10. I think it's really, really good. Huge fan. What about you?
I'll go 8.2. I love it.
Excellent. Looks like it might rain on us. We're going to clean it up and go on to the next one, a Korean beef bulgogi sandwich that I've never made before. So it'll be a first for all of us. Let's do it. So, next on the list, a beef bulgogi Korean sandwich. We're going to be using tenderloin because that's all I had, so we're going bougie. So for our marinade, we have a little ginger and garlic. I don't know if you can hear the thunder or not, but we're rolling through the storm. Also in our marinade, we're going to need some onion, an Asian pear. Gonna need a little bit of Worcestershire. Gonna need some rice wine vinegar, a little bit of fish sauce, and a little bit of soy sauce. Then we are going to be doing a quick pickle on some daikon. This is just like a Korean radish, and some carrots. There's a little salad to go on top. And then top it all off, we have chili crisp with crunchy garlic. And for our bread, we are going with French bread. Yet again, you'll sense a common theme here. Let's get into it and start with this marinade. You're supposed to grate all your vegetables in the marinade. I forgot my grater, but I do have a little stick blender, so I'm going to dice them all up, throw them in a bowl, and then kind of pulse them with a stick blender. So we got our bowl. Let's start off with our Asian pear. I don't know, we might get rained on. And the goal here is just to dice it up into little cubes that are easy to blend with a stick blender. If you've never had Asian pear before, it's really good. It's got like a very nice sweet flavor. It's borderline like the consistency of a Honeycrisp apple. I don't know, it's really interesting. Next, we'll just do our whole cloves of garlic. Again, we have a blender, so don't need to do anything fancy here. Just kind of break them up, help that blender a little bit. That goes in the bowl. Do some ginger. Now you want to get the skin off of this. There's a trick to getting the skin off of ginger, and you just need a spoon or the back of a spoon, and you'll just kind of scrape everything off. That smells so good. I learned this about the ginger by watching the YouTube channel Andy Cooks. He's the GOAT. Lots of good things to be learned about cooking from that channel. Got to give credit where credit's due. I did not come up with this, but it works great. We got our knobs of ginger. Gonna do the same thing as the garlic and just kind of cut them up into little manageable pieces for that blender. So now we got ginger, garlic, and our pear. Gonna go on with a little bit of onion. Don't need a ton of onion to actually be blended up in there, because from what I've seen, you want kind of whole chunks of onions in your bulgogi. So I'll probably just take a little section like that and set the other half to the side to use later. Same thing, just want to cut it up into manageable pieces for that blender. It's feeling very ominous out here. Now for our liquids, we're going in with some soy sauce. I don't know how much, just eyeball it. Realistically, maybe like 1/8 of a cup. Do a couple dashes of fish sauce, which I don't know if actually is in bulgogi or not. Do a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, rice wine vinegar, a decent amount, probably like 1/4 cup. Let's grab our stick blender. So we got this cordless stick blender, really nice for when you're out in the boonies. And we're just gonna put it in there and lightly pulse it. Yeah, typically you would just grate all of these ingredients on a box grater. This is working though. All right, that actually worked pretty good. There we go, there's our marinade. Now it's time for our tenderloin, which I do not think is the traditional cut for bulgogi. I just wanna make that very clear, but we're doing it anyway. And the goal here, oh my gosh, that looks good, is to just cut up a bunch of nice chunks. Bunch of little bite-sized pieces, kind of like that. And then just put them all in the bowl. And I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let those marinate for a while. We don't have a lot of time, so it'll be a quick marinade, just like the quick pickle in the first sandwich. Do the best with what you got, you know? Okay, once they're all in your bowl, just mix them around. Make sure that marinade is kind of in there, coating everything. It's a very fragrant marinade. It smells really good. Just like that. We'll set this to the side. Pretend like we let that sit for a couple hours and marinate to fully develop those flavors. Now we're gonna prep the rest of our onion. Just get some slices. Like I said, this is my first time making this. This is just what I remember from watching YouTube videos. So take it all with a grain of salt. Now, like I said before, we have daikon, which is a radish. We got carrot, and we're basically gonna quick pickle some more veg just like we did the first time. So I'm gonna get this burner heating up. We're just gonna keep that same basic pickling liquid. So I'm gonna put the rest of that vinegar in there. And to impart just a little bit more flavor, I'm just gonna throw some ginger in there and a couple cloves of garlic. And instead of dicing the garlic, I'm just gonna take my knife and smash it. Throw that in there. It'll get all aromatic. So the daikon, I don't have a peeler, but we're just gonna take the skin off. Like that. Put the lid on there. Oh, it's getting dark. Storms are brewing, folks. I'm gonna do the same thing with our carrot. Still a lot of equipment that I don't have that I want to keep in here. So apologies if I've forgotten so many things. Right now I'm kind of just pulling stuff from my kitchen at home, throwing it in the car. Haven't quite bought multiples of everything. So we're gonna kind of julienne, really ugly julienne all these carrots. Man, my knife skills need some work. How's it looking out there? A little scary. It's getting there. I can tell it's a little gloomy. All right, make sure to not breathe in your pickling liquid. Throw all our carrots in there. Same steps on our daikon. I've never had daikon, I don't think, in the raw. Oh yeah, it's like a very mild radish. It almost smells more like radish than it tastes like radish. All right, give that all a stir. Let that steep and boil in there. Now it's time to get our cast iron heating up. Into our cast iron, we're gonna throw some olive oil. There's the rain. I felt a raindrop, I think. The rain's coming. It's gonna be a good sandwich. I'm excited for this one. Not that I wasn't excited for the Cuban, but I've made a Cuban before. You know me, I love cooking new things. Now that our pan is nice and hot, I have no idea if this is the actual way you cook bulgogi, but I'm gonna throw the onions in just for holy pickling liquid. I'm shutting that off. Holy crap. What was I saying? Onions. Wow. Okay, throw the onions in first. The only thing I can relate that pickling liquid to is like really strong smelling salts. All right, once your onions are in, just start throwing in your beef. Oh my gosh, the smell coming off this is otherworldly. You know what's funny? The title of this video says 3 of the best sandwiches to cook at camp, right? And here I am, doing a new recipe. Throw a little bit of that marinade in there. I'm gonna add a little bit more soy sauce to this, just a touch. Oh, you know what? I think bulgogi has a little sugar in it. We got honey somewhere. Okay, I think I can't remember if bulgogi has sugar in it or not, but we're doing it either way. Just gonna do a little bit of honey in the pan. I mean, the Asian pear has a lot of natural sugar in it, and it's officially raining, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so for this sandwich, as far as the bread goes, like I said, we have French bread. And instead of going the toasted sandwich approach, I think this is going to be better if we go the way of the Philly cheesesteak. So we're gonna cut our bun open and scoop a bunch of the insides out of the bread to where it's almost kind of like a wrap. And this will hold in all that bulgogi marinade and all that steak and the pickled daikon and chili crisp and all that goodness. So we're just gonna hollow it out without breaking all the way through it. Just like that. Oh yeah, that sugar's caramelizing nicely. Gonna keep this going, keep cooking it down. Gonna go on with a little salt and a touch of black pepper. Oh, this smells so good. And the fact that we're making this with filet mignon is kind of absurd. What are you gonna do? Okay, that's going nicely. We're gonna do the steamed bun technique real quick, and then we're gonna put it together. All right, we got our nicely steamed bun. I'm gonna kill this heat. It's time to assemble. Ooh, that was pressurized. We're gonna start by putting some of this chili crisp on top and bottom. This has like a bunch of chunks of crunchy garlic in it. Lots of umami flavor, lots of goodness. Highly recommend. So that's gonna go on our bottom bun and top. And then we're just going to scoop in a bunch of this bulgogi. And when I say bunch, I mean all of the bulgogi. You can see how like that Asian pear already had a lot of natural sugars in it. It caramelized a lot. And that marinade's very gingery, very garlicky. We got our pickled daikon and carrot mix, just like that. We're gonna go on the beef with some toasted sesame, do a little bit more chili crisp for good measure, because why not? I almost forgot. My lovely wife reminded me it wouldn't be a Korean sandwich without kimchi. Oh my gosh, everything got so pressurized. Ooh, that one smells good. Just gonna go on with a bunch of kimchi. If you don't know what kimchi is, it's fermented Napa cabbage with gochujang, a bunch of other stuff. It's really good, really popular in Korean cuisine. It's a staple and it's delicious. Okay, now cue the B-roll. And there we have it. The beef bulgogi cheese steak without cheese. I don't know what to call it. There you go. There's the bite. Cheers. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
These are flavors I've never had before.
That's really freaking good.
Amazing. I love all the pickled fermented veggies.
Chili crisp in there.
Yeah.
Has a little smokiness. I mean, the filet mignon, over the top. I would give this a 9.3 out of 10.
9. This is amazing.
Sorry if I give myself 9s all the time. I think it's really good. That's it for these. And last but not least, we have a chicken bacon ranch sub. Let's make it. All right. Like I said, we are doing chicken bacon ranch sandwiches. We're gonna start with 3 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You're gonna need bacon. I went with a little bit of a cop-out. We had just bought one of these big bags of bacon from Sam's Club. For our bread, we got French bread, yet again. Gonna do a little bit of romaine lettuce. Then we're gonna make our own fresh ranch dressing, which we will need buttermilk, we'll need mayonnaise, and a bunch of herbs, mainly chives, dill, and parsley. And then to season our ranch dressing, we will need onion powder, garlic powder, and the good old salt and pepper. Let's get into it. Let's start by making our ranch dressing first and foremost. You know what? We're gonna start by seasoning our chicken. That way it can sit for a while. So we're just gonna go on very simple with some salt, black pepper, and just a little bit of garlic powder. Not a ton. And we're gonna set this aside to marinate for a little while. Now let's make our ranch. You're gonna need a bowl. Into your bowl, we are adding mayonnaise. We have Duke's. I know Duke's mayo has a cult following. For good reason, it's good stuff. I'm gonna add about a cup, maybe half a cup, followed by some fresh buttermilk, maybe a quarter cup. Gonna do some salt, hefty crack of black pepper. Do some garlic powder, onion powder. Now it's time to go on with the herbs. Gonna do some dill. Oh, dill smells so good. Holland.
Whoa.
Oh, it smells so good.
Really good.
And just go through and mince up all our dill, nice and fine. I know a lot of people use dried dill. I prefer fresh herbs, they're a little bit more fragrant. We're gonna cut up some fresh chives. Is there anything more satisfying than like really well sliced chives? You're not gonna see really good sliced ones, but you've probably seen them before. I mean, not bad, honestly. Not great. Not bad though. I'll take it. Lastly, we'll go with some organic parsley. I don't know why I splurged for the organic, but I did, and we're here. Truth be told, I think this may be like the second time in my life I've ever made homemade ranch. So hopefully it turns out good. All right. There it is. And now you're just gonna go in with a spoon and mix it all together. Well, the good news is it's looking like ranch dressing. There we go. Fresh ranch dressing. That looks really good. But does it taste good? Oh, does it ever? Should make homemade ranch more often. That was really easy. Super good. Yum. You want to try this ranch?
Oh, it looks amazing.
Just take a little rip with that spoon. Just give her a try.
Oh my gosh.
Really good.
That's amazing.
Really easy too. Let this be a lesson, everyone. It's not that hard to cook. Well, that wasn't cooking. That was more just fancy assembly, but whatever. Tastes good either way. We're gonna get our stove heating up now, get our cast iron pan nice and hot. Gonna put a little olive oil in the pan. As always, you're gonna know your pan's hot when the oil starts dancing in the pan. When it has that kind of shimmer and it starts to kind of slide around. You'll know what I mean when you see it. You zenning out by the river. It's nice out here. Good spot. Good spot to hang out and to eat a ridiculous amount of sandwiches. Make sure that oil coats the entire bottom of the pan. It's starting to shimmer, so now we know it's hot. We're gonna go in with our chicken. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Far superior to chicken breast, if you're a real ball knower. Since we only season one side, we're gonna do the same salt, pepper, garlic on the other. Can't remember if I showed this or not, but we're doing mozzarella cheese as well. I'm gonna let this chicken get a nice crust on it. While the chicken's cooking, we're gonna prep our lettuce. We're just gonna take a couple big leaves off. Run your knife along the stem. It's a good way to split it. And then you'll take all 4 pieces, stack them on top of each other. Cut them up into a little bit more bite-sized, manageable pieces. And there we go, we got some lettuce. Some basic lettuce. Looks like it's time to flip our chicken. Oh, look at that crust. That is glorious. Man, I love a chicken thigh seared in cast iron. So good. Fat gets all crispy. Oh, it's starting to rain again. Big raindrops this time. Oh well. So I don't have a lid to that pan, but I do have parchment paper, and I'm gonna make what they call a cartouche to cover it. How you make it, you basically fold your parchment into a triangle like so. You're gonna cut the tip off to let a little bit of steam out of the center. And then how I like to measure it is you measure it off the side of your pan. Put the tip in the middle, kind of line up where the edge of your pan is. And then you cut around like that. And you fold it out. And you should have a perfect circular cover to go over your pan. That'll help trap in a bunch of steam. Since we're outside and it's a little windy, I'm gonna set a little tray on top just in case the wind kicks up so it doesn't blow the parchment away. But that's how you can make a lid for your pan in a pinch. Really though, it's mainly used when you're making soups or stocks and you put them in a big crock pot and you want to put them in the oven and keep everything below that water line. You'll make a cartouche, push it down. But it works good to like help steam things, cook them along when you don't have a lid. I got to make a cartouche. I haven't done that in a while. All right, I think our chicken should be just about done. Probably just needs to rest a little bit. Pull our chicken thighs off. Got some lovely color on there. There they are. So we'll set these to the side. Got all my bacon bits in a bowl. They're pre-cooked, so we just need to warm them up. So I'm just gonna throw them in this pan and get them all warm and crumbly. Yeah, lots of rain coming down now. And a lovely cold wind. So I need to melt some cheese. I don't have a non-stick pan. This is where parchment paper is gonna save me yet again, if I can do this right. So for this sandwich, we have mozzarella cheese, and it's all just shredded. So I'm gonna try something I've never tried before that I just thought of. I'm gonna take a bunch of mozzarella. I'm gonna throw it in this parchment paper, just like that. And then I'm gonna fold the parchment paper over, almost like if it was a aluminum foil dinner. We have a bunch of shredded cheese in parchment. I'm gonna move a bunch of this bacon to the side, and I'm going to attempt to melt this cheese in the parchment paper in the pan. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I've never tried it, but in theory it should work. Our bacon's all warm, crispy, heated up through and through. So we're gonna pull it out of the pan. Give us a little bit more room for this cheese experiment that we're all experiencing together. So bacon all crisped up. Set this aside. All right, we're gonna flip our cheese. I feel like this might work. And we're gonna take our French bread. Oh my gosh, it's starting to rain like crazy. We're gonna cut it down the middle. I think it's working. I think that worked nicely. Now we're gonna toast our bread real quick. Hope that it doesn't get too wet because it's really starting to rain now. Come on, come on, bread. We're so close. We've almost made it. The weather was good for so long. Ooh! You know, that's what happens when you try and cook outside, I guess. Come on, bread. Toast. Toast your way to glory. I'm gonna cover it with my hand so it doesn't get soaked. It's really coming down now. I wonder if these mics are waterproof. Guess I'll find out. I mean, it should be. All right, that's about as toasted as it's gonna get. It's time to assemble our sandwich. It's raining a lot. Let's see if the old melty cheese trick actually worked. Hey, kind of. It's melted. I don't know how much that qualifies as melted cheese, but no, it's melted. It's soft. I think a little bit longer, it would have been even better. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 chicken thighs on top of there on our other bun. Do some homemade ranch. We'll do a little bit on the chicken as well, because why not? It's gonna be a messy sandwich. Go on with a bunch of bacon. Just a ridiculous amount of bacon. And finally, our romaine lettuce for color and freshness. And then we crown our king. Oh boy. This is a very messy sandwich. Cue the B-roll. And there we have it. The rain just stopped. We got lucky with that. So let's give it a try. This one's gonna be really messy. Chicken bacon ranch sando. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love the dill in that ranch. Such an underrated herb. Dill.
Oh, man.
Oh, this one's right up my alley. This one's so good. Oh my gosh.
That ranch is amazing.
It's so good. I can't, you guys are going to comment, say that I'm juicing my own scores. This is a 9-8. 9-8. Lock it in. I make the rules. I make the food.
True.
Maybe there was a torrential rainstorm through the end of this one, but this one's the best sandwich of the day, in my opinion.
8.
Solid 8.
Solid 8.
All right. Easy enough. Delicious. That's going to wrap up this week's video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this, and comment down below what else you want to see cooked or me try to cook or make. Make these sandwiches when you're camping at home from the back of your car in a rainstorm. Doesn't matter. They're really good. All right. See you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.
8 out of 10 is egregious for this sandwich.
9.5. 9.5.
No, it's too late. I'm a chicken bacon ranch fiend, though.
That is true.
And we ate like an entire loaf of French bread today.
Sweet.
So that's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that homemade ranch is elite.